Hey everybody, this is Mr. McKee with Sampson Community College. I am the Department Chair of Information Technology, and I want to go over some basic things when you students first start out in the IT program here at Sampson. So, looking at the Sampson CC website, if you go to Programs and Courses, and then Academic Pathways, Business and Technology, and then Information Technology, all right, click on that. Okay, this is our main page for information technology. We have an overview of the program, a program flyer, some information about the associate degree, as well as some certificates. You guys could look at that. And also we have a link here that says Cyber Defense Education Center. And this takes you to a student-created site. All right. It's located on one of our internal servers here in the lab that has all the information about our Cyber Defense Education Center. All right. We are an accredited CAE program, so we've been accredited as a Center of Academic Excellence by the NSA and Department of Homeland Security. But today, for this first video, I want to show you guys the checklists. All right, we have 3 concentrations in the IT curriculum. We have system security, information systems, and then network management. And a lot of times people don't know exactly which one of these to check, but or to choose. But a lot of them have overlap. And if you start out with the core classes, you'll be fine if you want to switch over. And a lot of students are eligible to get 2 or 3 of these concentrations. All right. First one I'm going to click on is the system security checklist, and it'll open a PDF file. All right, and I'm going to, let's see. So this is a concentration in system security. There's the code, in case anybody ever needs to know the code. All 3 of the concentrations are A25590, and then just the last 2 digits are represent the concentration. So SS is system security, NM will be network management, and IS is information technology or information systems. All right, looking at this checklist, pretty much it incorporates the full degree. So all these courses listed on the left 2 columns are all the courses in the degree. In total, you'll have 65 to 67 credits. All right, when you're completed. The top is if you need some kind of developmental course that you'll have to take while you're taking, say, a math course or English course. Those are listed up there. A lot of people don't really need to worry about that too much. But say English 011, that corresponds to English 110. Math 043 corresponds to math, I think 143. And math 071 corresponds to math 171, and so on. All right, that's something we have to contact me or your advisor, and we'll look at that together. But just to let you know that if you have a 2.8 or higher unweighted GPA at a high school, that's not going to matter because you don't have to take the prerequisite or co-requisite courses. All right, so looking at a standard 2-year plan for the system security. All right, you have, and let you know too, these right here, we have certificates that you can get along the way while you're finishing your degree, or some people get just their certificate. And also we have high schoolers that get the CCP certificate. That just denotes which courses you would need for those. And each of the certificates are 4 courses, so 12 credits. All right. So let's go through the courses per semester. So first fall semester, you're going to start out with CIS 110. That's Introduction to Computers. That's basically just an overall basic introduction to computing, and we go into the Microsoft Office suite. We do Microsoft Word, Excel, PowerPoint, and we really don't go into Access that much, but we actually have a course in Access down here for database concepts. Next course you would take would be CTS 115, which is Information Business Concepts. That's a good introduction to how IT supports businesses, but also that helps you out by we go into just basic labs about how to set up virtual machines, how to basic security, things like that. So it's a pretty good course. That's followed by CTI 110. That's Web Programming and Database Foundations. In that course, we go into HTML, PHP, and then MySQL towards the end. So MySQL databases. All right. And then NOS 110, Operating System Concepts. That is split up into a Windows 10 section and a Linux section. And pretty much looking at the book, you got for every chapter you have a lab that relates to Windows virtual machine and a lab that relates to Linux virtual machine. If you've never done virtualized machines before, that's fine. We're actually going to be doing orientations before the semester starts to get everybody squared away on downloading VMware Workstation or VirtualBox, getting all your virtual machines set up, things like that. All right. And let's see, Security 110, that's security concepts. That's just basic security. And we use the Cisco's Network Academy for that. So you get a good introduction to networking and also security. And then finally, ACA 122 is just a college transfer success course. And that's just how to be successful in college. So we definitely recommend you taking that your first semester. So if you look at the course credit hours, you have 16 credits for the first semester. All right. The second semester, CTI 120, Network and Security Foundations. And you know what? I take that back. Security 110 is your first course in Security Plus. All right. And actually, CTI 120 is your first course in the Cisco Network Academy, and that's Network and Security Foundations. All right. And so if you finish these courses up here, 1, 2, 3, and then you finish this course, you would get a certificate in technical core. All right. Each course that's denoted by a asterisk at the beginning of the suffix or the prefix. All right. If you come down here, these are all recommended other major courses, and you can take courses with all these prefixes. All right. Just note that if you can't take more than 9 credits from accounting, art, electricity, or math. All right, we usually don't have issues with that. All right, so the first course I recommend is Windows Single User, and we actually go into basic single server setups in Windows 10, and then that's most of these courses are 16 weeks. This one's an 8-week course, and then you take this. This has a prerequisite of 130, but that gets into Active Directory, group policies, and things like that. More advanced server things for Server 2016 and 2019. All right, Security 150, that's Secure Communications. That finishes up your studies, preparing you for the Security Plus certification if you want to take that. And if you notice the notes, like right here, note 3, that just notes down here that it has a prerequisite. All right. So moving on, communications elective, you need to start taking your Englishes or English 110 or 111. I would recommend, especially if you're going to transfer to, like, say, ECU or a place like that, any four-year college, definitely take English 111 because it's transferable. English 110 is not. All right. And that second semester is 15 credits. And while you're looking at these number of credits, though, just understand if you don't take if you do 65 divided by 4, that's if you just take 16 credits per semester, that's only going to give you 64 hours. So you might have to take extra credits in the summer, but I'll go into that more later on. All right. But we do put down required courses in the summer. So for this particular concentration of system security, you have to take Security 160 in the summer for secure communications. And we actually do the Palo Alto Firewall Essentials course. So that's a good course to get you into using Palo Alto equipment. And then CIS 115, Introduction to Programming and Logic. We do some Internet of Things, and we do some Python programming. So that's a good course to take in the summer. All right, and so you'll take 6 credits in the summer. All right, fall semester number 2, you'll take Net 125, and that's the first course towards the CCNA certification if you want to go after that. All right, so that's a required course. Security 110, intrusion detection. All right, that goes through the CCNA cyber operations course. So a lot of courses in here we use either the Palo Alto Pan Academy or we use the Cisco Network Academy. All right, so you'll be well versed in that. All right, then you need to take another communications elective. So you have to take English 112, 114, Com 110, or Com 231. We recommend if you're going to a 4-year college, go ahead and take English 112, or at least take a Communications 231. This Com 110 is Intro to Communications, and Com 231 is a public speaking course. All right, then you have to take a Humanities or a Fine Arts. A lot of people take art course, or you could take a religion, but there's a bunch of different ones you can take in there. And then if you notice the note 4 down here, that shows you all the courses that are available. All right, so, and finally spring semester 2, you need to take the CTS 289 course, which is System Support Project. And note 3, it has a prerequisite. This actually has a prerequisite of the 4 core courses, which are CIS 110, 115, CTI 110, and CTI 120. So you should be fine with that, but just realize that that's the case for that. If you take these out of order, sometimes people have an issue with that. All right, we also recommend taking CTS 120, and that's Hardware Software Support. We use the Cisco IT Essentials course through Cisco Network Academy, and that prepares you for the A+ certification if you want to take that. All right, down here we recommend taking a database concepts course, DBA 110, and then taking a science or math. Math 110 is a minimum, but one thing to note here, note 2 and 3, if you don't take a 4-credit science or math course, Math 110 is 3 credits, you'll be required to take one additional major course. So if you take, like, say, Biology 111, Math 171 is a good one for transferring students. That's 4 credits. You won't be stuck with taking a whole nother 3-credit course. Now, to let you know though, we now have a 1-credit work-based learning course where you'll be placed with a local business in their IT department normally, and you'll work 10 hours a week as an intern for a semester, so 160 hours total, and that'll give you the 1 credit. So that'll save you from taking a 3-credit course. All right, then finally, you need a social or behavioral science. So you got to take economics, history, politics. Is that politics? I think that's politics. Psychology or sociology. All right, and note 5 right there. Economics, history, politics, psychology, or sociology. All right. Our program will transfer as long as you finish your AAS in any of our concentrations. If you transfer to Eastern Carolina University, they will take 60 credits of your degree. So pretty much they take the entire degree minus 5 credits. So a lot of people go that route if you want to go on to get a 4-year degree. Now, some things to note though, if you do not take your English 111 and English 112 and Math 171, you're going to be required to take that at ECU. So you might want to take that while you're here and not have to duplicate a communications or a math. All right, just something to note there. All right, so that is the system security concentration, and the next one is going to be information systems. And now information technology and information systems is used interchangeably a lot of times, but just realize that information systems in this case is more just dealing with more servers than security or networking. All right. So same thing. All this stuff up here is the same. All your certificates are going to be a little bit out of order because these courses are offered at different times and things like that. Just note all the certificates are still 4 courses or 12 credits. All right, so fall semester 1, you'll take CIS 110, CTS 115, CTI 110, NOS 110, SEC 110, and ACA 122. So the same as the other system security concentration. All right, get down here, CTI 120, take that. But now notice these are required now. NOS 130 and 230, those are required. Security 150 is not required, but it's recommended. All right. And then same thing with your communications. You need to take English 111 or 110. Now in the summer, you can take Security 160 as an elective, but CIS 115 is required. All right. So there's a little bit of differences there. All right, networking are Net 125 and 126. So the first 2 courses out of the 3 Cisco CCNA courses are recommended. All right, for that semester. And communications elective, that's the same. This humanities is the same. All right, CTS 289, that's still the system support project. And to let you guys know too, what we do in this course, the first half of the course, you're going to be doing the Certified Ethical Hacker. There's about 22 labs, and that's going to prepare you for the National Cyber League competition. Unless we change it, that's what we're going to be doing both semesters. So if you ever want to do that in the spring. And CTS 120, that's required. Hardware, software support. DBA 110 is recommended. And science and math, same thing. Math 110 is the minimum. And then a social behavioral science is required. So all these concentrations, we front load the IT courses, and then you start trickling in the core courses. Now, some people, especially if you think you may want to transfer to another school, like maybe after your first year, you may want to look at front loading all your core courses, your English and maths, taking the higher levels of those, and then those will definitely transfer. Some of these, a word of caution, the CIS, CTI, NOS, all the IT courses for the most part, except for like CIS 115, those are not transferable unless you get a full Associate of Applied Science degree. All right, so if you transfer, say, to NC State or UNC Chapel Hill, things like that, they may only take your core courses and your CIS 115. So that's something definitely to realize. All right, notes are all the same for this one. All right, the third checklist is network management. All right, and notice these courses are going to look a little different because they're in different places. All right, CIS 110 still first semester, but now you got to take Net 125 and 126 your first semester, and these are each eight weeks. First 8 weeks is 125. Second 8 weeks is 126. CTI 110, CTI 120 is now offered in the fall, and then your ACA 122 is the same. All right, and then in your spring semester, you take Net 225, and then Net 226 is actually being phased out. We'll maybe replace this with a higher level networking class or another Cisco related course, but for right now, that's your third and fourth networking courses. All right, you also take a NOS 120 Linux course, and then you can take a CTS 120 hardware software support course, is the one we recommend, and then a COM, English 110 or 111. Now in the summer, this is the one that gets a little different. CTI 140 Virtualization Concepts, that's a good course. We use VMware Player, we work with virtual machines. And then CTI 141, That also deals with some virtualization, but then we go into Amazon Web Services, and you receive 3 digital badges through VMware. So it's kind of like a 3 mini courses included in that cloud and storage concepts. All right, both good courses. You learn a lot about virtualization. And really, if you take these courses, there's no prerequisites. If you take these courses the summer following, say, when you get out of high school, you'll be really, really ready for everything else because a lot of this deals with networking and virtualization and cloud. All right. And then CTS 115 is now in your second fall semester. NOS 110 is Network Operating Systems is a possible elective. And then your electives and humanities and fine arts. And notice all these checklists, we put 2 courses in the summer, so your third full semester is only 12 credits. You can bump that up a little bit if you want to, and then you're a little bit less heavy on your final semester. All right, so CTS 289, that's required, and then we finally recommend NOS 130 and 230, and then finally you'll take your science and math and social and behavioral sciences. All right. And a lot of people, as long as you take all these recommended electives, any concentration you get, you'll probably, unless something gets out of order too much, if you finish all those courses, you'll be eligible for at least 2, maybe 3 of the concentrations, and we'll add all the concentrations to your transcripts. All right, so it looks good on a resume. All right, but that's it. Just the big thing to note here, we're adding work-based learning is one thing to note. So that'll make sure you only have to get 65 credits. If not, if you don't take a 4-credit math course, that'll leave you 1 credit shy in your electives, and you actually have to take another 3-credit class, and that can mean you have to take up to 3 extra credits. Now, that's not the worst thing in the world, but I'd rather not have to do that if I didn't have to. All right, and that's it. I'm going to make another video on where you have to go to register, things like that, if you're new to the course, new to the school. But thanks for watching, and I hope you guys got something out of it.